Give it up for our band. Aren't they magnificent? And welcome to CSL Dallas, a spiritual community deep in the heart of Texas, connecting with kindred spirits around the world. And you're invited to explore or dive right into our powerful teachings, practices, mystical experiences, and heart-opening connections. And today we explore further into women's stories beyond the hero's journey. So join us as we will learn to grow ourselves, co-create with the universe, experience joy, all while transforming the world one life at a time. We're so glad to have you in community, whether in person or online. So join me in standing and getting this party started with our CSL Dallas music team.
CSLDallas. Yes, glad to be in the house today. To all of you in the sanctuary, we welcome you and those online. Let us start with reading our purpose statement this morning, that we are what? Radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, transforming lives, and so it is. I'm Darlene Franklin, your platform assistant this morning, and I have a question for you. Is the force with you? Yes. Oh, that don't sound like it. Wake up. Come on now. At the heart of Star Wars lies the Force, a mysterious, all-encompassing energy that connects all living things. But what if the concepts explored in Star Wars weren't just fiction? We are bringing a special guest, Dr. Krista Noble, on May 4th, who will help you navigate this question. She explores the deep spiritual themes woven throughout the Star Wars saga. In this workshop, you'll learn how the philosophy of the Jedi can be applied to the modern world, empowering you to live with greater mindfulness, presence, and purpose. Plus, you'll enjoy clips and quotes from these icon movies. So may the 4th be with you. Y'all supposed to laugh. And join us that Sunday for her talk and stay for an amazing hybrid workshop. Get her book the day of or use the link placed in the chat. Krista will be signing them during the break. Offered hybrid will be from 1 to 3:30 p.m. CT on Sunday, May 4th. Sign up today. Learn more and register using the QR code on the flyer or by going to CSLDallas.org and selecting the courses/workshop tab. Dr. Petra, will you come to the platform?
So, and if you don't have it, this is the flyer. We put this out every month. We put out a new flyer, so you have all the information. So the QR codes are on here. And the Joy Village will be providing a lunch. So whether you're staying for the workshop or not, on May 4th, please do stay for the lunch. That'll be a fundraiser for our Joy Village, and it will make it easy. You don't have to race out to get food and race back to be on time for Krista, the spirituality of Star Wars. All right, so we have a lot of thank yous. A lot of thank yous. And I believe that there should be somebody coming down. Okay, good, I see it. All right, so we're going to start out with Easter volunteers. These are all the people who helped in Joy Village and food and all that good stuff. So Solomon Ukpong, Taven, Osa, Sadie, Talitha, Molly, Raphael, Jessica, Ananda, Barbie, Ocean Lottie, Chris, Gary, Julia, Willeen, and Amelia.
Your pack is turned off.
Oh, my pack is turned off. Well, that's a good thing I speak loud.
We got you.
Okay, do I have a green light? Oh, sorry. Oh, now I can hear myself. Well, I just heard the echo in the room. That's why when my mother used to say, Petra, I'm right here. You don't have to speak so loudly. All right, so these are all the people that were working in Joy Village and behind everything. So our ritual team, led by Peggy Roberts, Ava, Cindy, Gary, Glenna, Karen, Linda, there's Peggy, Sammy, Sharon, Stacy, Tina, Tom, and Tina. What an amazing group of people, and we just love what they do with the rituals. It's super fabulous. And one more thank you. We had an opportunity to hear about the Gooch Garden. We had our first, this is our first opportunity for CSL Dallas to do a big program in our local community. You know, we used to give our quarterly tithe to a not-for-profit somewhere in DFW, and what we noticed is that, yeah, sometimes they didn't care a whole lot about our support. They wouldn't necessarily let us take pictures because we wanted to give them some funds. People had nominated them, and actually one not-for-profit lost our check. So it was like, okay, well, this doesn't feel like it's actually having the impact that we want. So we're now setting aside a quarter of our tithes that we can tithe to our local community, but with a project that we ourselves are designing and doing. And Gooch, of course, we've been supporting Gooch for 15 years, and so that's been our first foray, and Nicole will be helping us with a mural project at Gooch at the end in the fall. So these people helped with the garden that we actually built 12 years ago that needed a huge amount of help. So Marcus and Willeen kind of spearheaded it. Will and Ivy and William Goodnight, Jeff, Jess, Debbie, Irving, Brian, John, and Patrick went out and they did this fabulous work. Cleaned up all these beds of where the kids will be planting. They do science experiments. They plant. They watch things grow. They cleaned up all the sheds, all the really super exciting work. But they did it with a goodwill, and now again the Gooch Elementary has a restored outdoor learning space, which, as we know, is so important for the kids, especially how much they tend to sit in front of a desk or sit in front of a screen, and to get them outside and put their hands in the dirt, this was needed and required. So we funded this project. We funded everything that was needed with a quarter, 25% of our tithes, because CSL Dallas is a tithing community. We send 10%, of our tithes out into the world, and so this is an opportunity. So as I said, we're going to do a mural project with Gooch in the fall, but we don't want to make up these projects. So we're looking for people in the community, whether you're here in person or you're online, we're looking for people here in the community. If you have a project that you would like to see done, that you are willing to be part of making happen, we are willing to fund it and to make sure that we have enough volunteers. We can teach you how to organize it, how to get volunteers. I don't know, we've done all kinds of things in the past because we had 1 or 2 people in the community that were on fire about it. So think about it. If there's something that you would like to see CSL Dallas get involved in. So this was our first foray. Thanks to Willeen Dunn and the community service team, steering committee, really an amazing project. All right, so one more thank you. We're going to say thank you to one other person that you don't get to see very often. Another person from our, I'm going to take this over here, from behind the scenes in our AV booth. So, Joseph, yes, right? Joseph has been with us for 3 years. And Joseph does the magic behind the images. When you see that the PowerPoints or you see some beautiful cut shots of things, Joseph is up there playing and making it as beautiful as he possibly can. And what we know is that since you and our team have really come together and really made this an amazing thing, we get so many less complaints and so many more acknowledgments and gratitude and wows, and it makes it special. You can't have the same experience online necessarily than you do in terms of being inside the community. Can't always feel the energy, but you make it beautiful, and you make it possible for our people that are online to really be open to the experience wherever they are. And so we want to say a huge gratitude to Joseph Jacobs. Thank you, and we have a book for you. So.
And we are grateful for all you give and all you do and everything you are. And we are grateful for all you give and all you do and everything you are.
Yay, thank you so much.
Okay, now let's settle into this morning with our music team, Candy, Aaron, Glenda, Cleo, and Reverend Marquita, Stephanie and Willeen, along with our CSL Dallas band, Brad, Jonathan, and Alex. And let's go within and center with our spiritual coach, Sandra Francis.
Spirit flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit, show through me as I
take this moment just to bring ourselves to center, go within, just allowing that center to expand, recognizing that consciousness of truth that is everywhere present, right here and right now. That truth that is omniscient, omnipresent, and omnipotent, and simply, there's just simply every nook and cranny filled and permeated with the foundational truth of being that is showing up as each of us uniquely. So we take a moment to just allow our thoughts to expand more fully into that knowing. That unity that carries with it every immutable aspect that is present right here, that is showing up as each of us. And so in this moment, I take a stand within that knowing for peace. A stand for fully recognizing the synchronicity of universal life, and that life is abundant, and that life is present in each and every moment. And so in the stories we tell and the lore that we pass from generation to generation, there is that thread of immutable truth continually expanding, continually desiring to show up. And I'm so very grateful for this day, this time, and this moment. And we just breathe into that gratitude and we say together, and so it is.
Spirit, show through me as I and sing with us. We're going to sing about the many, many things that despite whatever's going on around us, that can't be touched. We have that forever. One, two, two. This joy that I have, oh yeah, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This strength that I have, you know the world didn't give it to me. Oh, this strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, I said the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This love that I have, this love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, know that the world didn't give it to me. Yeah, the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This pride that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This pride I have, the world didn't give it to me. This pride I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Turn it around, yeah. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. I know, the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away.
Thank you to Cleo and our music team and our fabulous band. Oh my gosh. Woo! Going to church. Okay, and so it is. We can all go home. Holy moly. Yeah, because the world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. Because it comes from an entirely different place, doesn't it? Woo, man. And if we keep waiting for it to change out there before it changes in here, we're in trouble. We got to find our ground and our place to stand. Which is why I want to talk about a different way of talking about our stories this morning. We have spent the month really exploring all of these different ways in which we tell stories that remind us of our spiritual journey, remind us of our spiritual truth, remind us of what's going on and how to move in the world. And it's important, right? These stories are important, and especially the ones that help us catch something that we can then grab a hold of when we need it, or a reminder, or a recognition. Oh, that's what I'm going through. Oh, there's actually something that I can do. There's a place that I can go with this because I've heard a story about someone in this situation, right? And not just a story that we see or read in a magazine, not just inspirational stories of people's experiences, although these are hugely important. But the long-term, deep, sacred stories, the legends, the myths about who we are, how we came to be, and what it means, what we're doing here, right? And what it means to be the best that we can be. What is the best that we can be? What does that look like, right? And for those of you who are familiar with Joseph Campbell's work, Joseph Campbell really did some extraordinary international research on these deeply held, long legends that came from the long and distant past, most of them out of the oral traditions, thousands and thousands of years ago, and really explored how important these stories are to us and how we create them and recreate them again over and over and over again. And one of the things that Joseph Campbell really saw was this repetitive nature of what he termed the hero's journey. The hero's journey is the journey where one has to leave one's home, usually go on a quest of some sort, seeking some guidance, some information, or the Holy Grail, or whatever it is, a vision quest of some kind, going out into the world, and then having to face obstacles and challenges. Ernest Holmes's favorite parable, the prodigal son, is to a certain extent a hero's journey. And because there's always in the part of the hero's journey a dark night of the soul, and overcoming of these obstacles, and a return. But the return is a place where the world has been transformed, something has changed, and the person is seen as a hero. What Joseph Campbell doesn't really talk about is how much these stories inevitably have a masculine figure as the hero. It's really interesting if you have a daughter or a granddaughter like I do and are glued to Disney, how much in the last 10 years or so Disney has begun to create stories and legends where the protagonist is a girl and not a boy. And yet, she goes on a hero's journey. And it's lovely. It's lovely for girls to see that they too can be as strong and have as much efficacy, that they can fight demons and go to war, so to speak, with whatever it is that is in the external environment, and be part of the transformation, overcoming the obstacles, right? And it's really wonderful. And it no longer ends with the inevitable wedding, the prince that comes and rescues her, and they live happily after ever. No, she quite frankly rescues herself and rescues the kingdom or the land or whatever along the way, which is, of course, what the hero always does. And it's fabulous. It's fabulous. And in spending some time just getting some notes together for today, I noticed that the hero's journey has actually, there's now something you can look up called the heroine's journey. Yeah, similar. Actually, to my way of thinking, too similar. Because the idea that the hero's journey purely belongs to the masculine is false. We all go on hero's journeys. Every one of us goes on a hero's journey. And they all have the same elements. However, there are other stories. There are other stories that tend to have women at the heart of the stories that are just as ancient. And we don't really hear enough about them because about 400 years ago, spirituality and religion became the soft power, and power went into science, technology, and finances, and left the church in the West. For almost 1,200 years, the place of power was either the court or the church, and therefore was predominantly dominated by the male sensibility. And when that shifted, when the Catholic Church got fragmented, and the revolution of the Reformation took place, and science and technology, facts and the lab and money and credit, and then all of that to power and colonization and all of those sorts of things, power left religion and moved into other areas. And the spiritual stories that and religion really became the soft side. And actually, if you go and sometimes even look at our community, and you look at other communities for the last 100 to 150 years, they're predominantly women in the pews and men in the pulpit. Because it's considered, it had lost its place of power. But because of that time period and all of that work over the last 2,000 years, some of these stories have been left behind. There's a piece of who we are, becoming more of who we are, right? There's a piece that's missing. So I want us to talk for a few minutes about this piece and how we might reclaim it with some of the stories. So the first thing that you might be familiar with is the mother, maiden, crone archetype. And the mother, maiden, crone archetype is the three faces of God, of the goddess, three faces of the goddess. And it is her sister, virginal state, the mother, householder state, and the crone, often referred to as the hag, which should tell you something about who named it. So, interestingly enough, in the last 15 or 20 years, it has become the maiden, mother, queen, and crone, because there is a recognition that there is a feminine power that is missing from this idea or archetype, right? Diana is often thought of as the maiden. Persephone is often thought of as the mother. Demeter is also thought of as the mother. Hector is the crone. We see it over and over and over again in various traditions, at least in the West. But interestingly enough, the mother, maiden, and crone image and archetype is really only 50 years old. The ancient traditions, while they may have pieces of this, this archetype has been, what shall we say? I don't want to say created like it's wrong, has been teased out of the stories, right? Just as Joseph Campbell teased out the hero's journey. None of those stories were called hero's journeys 2,000, 5,000 years ago, but he teased out the similarities. And John Randolph, who first coined the mother, maiden, crone, was doing the same, teasing it out. But we want to be clear that it is actually not used in any of these ancient stories, although we will come to one of the stories where the three faces of the goddess are certainly present in a big way. The other thing that's really interesting to notice is that the mother, maiden, crone, or the mother, maiden, queen, and crone really speaks about the life cycle of a woman, the life cycle of a family. Quite frankly, it's the life cycle of a man as well. We could just substitute father instead of mother. It's not only the birthing, but it's also the parenting of, the nurturing of, right? And we've learned over the years, the last decades, that father-led households can be just as powerful and as nurturing as mother-led households, right? And we're starting to get a clue that maybe it's not purely biologically decided or defined, but might actually be a deeper truth. So we're going to explore some of these stories and take a look at what they offer. So the first one we want to talk about is White Buffalo Calf Woman. White Buffalo Calf Woman is the most ancient feminine female story that we have in the Native tradition. Goes back thousands of years. And White Buffalo Calf Woman is the story of two braves that are sent out to go hunting, and they leave their village and they go out and they see in the distance a figure coming towards them. And as that figure comes towards them, they stop and they were like, okay, is it an enemy? Who is this? And as it comes a little closer, they realize that it's a woman. Not only a woman, but she is a beautiful woman. And one of the men says to the others, oh, she is so beautiful, I'm going to make her mine. That one is going to be my wife. And the other says, I'm not so sure about that. There's something different about her. I think we should be careful. It feels like there's a sacred presence there. And the first said, I don't care, I'm going to make that woman mine. And he goes up to her and he puts his hands on her shoulders, on her arms, and he says, you are going to be my bride. You are going to be my wife. And a grand swirl of clouds, almost like a tornado, comes and wraps the two of them. And when it dissipates, there she stands with nothing but bones at her feet. And she continues to walk, and she says to the second one, go to your village. I'm coming to your village. Build a big teepee in the middle. Make sure that it faces east, and I will be there in the morning. And he races home, and he is so excited. There's something really magic and sacred coming, and we need to build this teepee. They build the teepee. They have to actually take some other ones down. They rearrange the whole village, this teepee in the middle, all in anticipation. And she comes to the village, and she comes to see the chief, and she has things to say. So they go in. I just want to read this to you. They go in to the they go into the beautiful teepee, the beautiful longhouse they've made. This story is repeated in almost every Native tradition. The name of the chief is different. Whether she goes into a teepee or a longhouse is different, but the elements of the story are all exactly the same. And when she comes to there, she says, I've come to bring you the pipe. I've come to bring you the pipe of peace. And she opens her bundle, her pipe, and it also has a small round stone which she places on the ground. Holding the pipe up with its stem to the heavens, she says, with this sacred pipe you will walk upon the earth, for the earth is your grandmother and mother, and she is sacred. Every step that is taken upon her should be a prayer. The bowl of the pipe is of red stone. It is the earth. Carved in the stone and facing the center is this buffalo calf, who represents all the four-legged who live upon your mother. The stem of the pipe is of wood, and this represents all that grows upon the earth. And these 12 feathers which hang here, where the stem fits into the bowl, are from the spotted eagle, and they represent the eagle and all the wingeds of the air. All these people and all the things of the universe are joined to you who smoke the pipe, and all send their voices to Wankantanka, the Great Spirit. When you pray with this pipe, you pray for and with everything. The Wankan woman then touched the foot of the pipe to the round stone which lay upon the ground and said, with this pipe you will be bound to all your relatives, your grandfather and father, your grandmother and mother, this round rock which is made of the same red stone as the bowl of the pipe. Your father, Wankantanka, has also given to you. It is the earth, your grandmother and mother, and it is where you will live and increase. This earth which he has given to you is red, and the two-leggeds who live upon the earth are red, and the Great Spirit has also given you a red day and a red road. All of this is sacred, and so do not forget. Every dawn, as it comes, is a holy event, and every day is holy, for the light comes from your father, Wankantanka. And also, you must remember that there are two-leggeds, and all the other peoples who stand upon this earth are sacred and should be treated as such. From this time on, the holy pipe will stand upon this red earth, and the two-leggeds will take the pipe and will send their voices to Wankantanka. White buffalo calf woman brought the sacred pipe. She brought meaning and essence, life and spirituality to the people. She brought hope and peace and a recognition of our connection. She also prophesies a return, a time when she will reappear as white buffalo calf to restore balance and harmony to the universe. Oh, and here she is, white buffalo calf woman. I want you to hear the words. What is important? What's being focused on? What's the point? So the next one we'll visit is Kali. Kali is an ancient Hindu goddess, and she is considered the consort of Shiva. In Hinduism, we have Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Brahma is the creator, Vishnu is the preserver, and Shiva is the destroyer. And we in the West, and especially in New Age and New Thought, we don't like that idea of destruction. We want everything to be all perfect ease and grace and forever a long uphill climb into nirvana. And yet we know that that's not how it works, right? And for breakthrough, sometimes we need breakdown first. And sometimes the old, as we talked about on Easter, needs to die so that the new can be born. There is this cycle of birth, life, death that begins to be seen as we go along in these stories. Now, interestingly enough, I couldn't find a full image of her. It's not untraditional to have her in the blue, but normally she's actually black. She's actually black, and she has a long red tongue, and in the traditional pictures, she's standing with her foot on Shiva, who is lying on the floor. And the story goes that there was a huge uprising, a huge fight, and it was all because of a particular demon whose name I can't pronounce. And it was so bad and so awful that the queen of the gods, the goddess, she birthed Kali to fight this demon. And Kali fought the demon so hard and so much. And the problem was that every time the demon was being fought by everybody else, every drop of blood became another demon. So it was impossible to slay this demon until Kali came along. She not only fought the demon, but with her tongue, she licked up every drop of blood. So no more demons could be birthed out of the blood. So she took all of that inside herself, and because it was so powerful, right, it was so strong, all of that which she took inside herself, she became stronger and stronger and more powerful. And because she was so powerful, the story goes, Shiva went into the fields where all of this was taking place, where this big war had happened, and laid down to become as if a corpse. And in her raging, as she was so strong and raging, she accidentally trod on Shiva, and that brought her to her senses. So she is standing there with a foot on Shiva, which brings her to her senses that she should not be raging. And of course, the long tongue represents her ability to clean up the mess. The problem is, the story that I just gave you is the Western tradition of this story, because we like to make the women wrong. We like to misunderstand. But actually, in the newer understandings of these stories, now that we're not having them interpreted 200 years ago by people who hadn't studied the actual religion, what we understand is that Kali is black because she is the night before awakening. She is the moment before creation, the black of infinity. She is poised. She is that place, poised, time before the universe at large should spring into being and into life. And she is cleaning everything up to make that space for that to happen. And if we conceptualize the universe as a body, which we do in the science of mind, then without her, it is a body not in motion. It is static, it is still, it is suspended and stopped. And if we are to conceptualize the universe and its unfurling as a dream or a vision, the mental activity that we all know is a part of what's going on, then without her, even Lord Shiva is unable to dream, to experience, and then actively begin to materialize his vision. Why? Because Kali is standing on what appears to be a corpse and is giving all of her energy, all that energy that she licked up, all of that she alchemized into life itself, and she is giving all of that energy to Shiva so that destruction turns into rebirth. So that these ideas, the dream, the vision, actually becomes a reality. Without Kali, nothing happens. She's the power that makes all that happen. She is giving all of that into creation. Sounding familiar? Kali is neither limited nor disempowered. She is the limitless and empowering and standing tall, at the same time enabling her consort to also begin to rise and to stand with her in union. Kali is standing above Shiva as Shava because she's bringing him to life. The reanimation after destruction. Because after all, without her, the cosmic man, the cosmic universe is not animate. It is simply inanimate matter, lacking the investiture of Shakti, which brings the universe to life. It's so interesting at all of the studies and research that has been done in the last 200 years, in the last 50 years, into what these religious traditions are really saying without the unconscious biases of the original readers and translators. We see it today. We talked about it in our Bible New Thought class. We talked about how much of the teachings of Jesus how much they have been able to parse out what might he really have actually said and what might have actually been added later, because it was the viewpoint of the dominant culture. It was the viewpoint of somebody who was trying to make sense of what was being taught or what the spiritual truth was, right? Sometimes to control and power, other times just to try to understand. But as we know today, how our filters and our unconscious biases cloud our vision, cause us to interpret things symbolically the way we see them as opposed to maybe the way that they were intended. So that leads us to the Gospel of John. John does not have a nativity story like Matthew and Luke. Mark doesn't have a nativity story either because he was only interested in the teachings of Jesus. Matthew and Luke, they have different projects that they're doing, and there has started to be some miracle story around Jesus, both his birth and his death. But in John, we see something very different. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. Excuse me. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. I remember reading that when I first got into science of mind and went, wow, that's a fabulous metaphysical statement. What an extraordinary thing to recognize that if we recognize that Jesus is the great example, that he is the one who shows us the power of the Word, that of course the Word, which really was the Greek word logos, creative impulse, the Word is always the beginning of the creative force, the creative action, the creative idea. Except this wasn't written just by John. John was borrowing heavily, as all of the writers of the Gospels did, because they were all Jewish, trained in their own tradition. He was quoting from a proverb called Wisdom's Call. Now, that proverb was also translated into Greek, and because of the feminine nouns and the feminine pronouns, right, the Greek word for wisdom is Sophia. Sophia's call. Sophia's call. Does not Sophia call out? Does not understanding raise her voice? At the highest point along the way where the paths meet, she takes her stand. Now, the feminine is direct from Proverbs. The only thing that is different is that in English, it's translated into wisdom. And we're leaving it Sophia because the feminine pronouns are all there. At the highest point along the way where the paths meet, she takes her stand. Beside the gate leading into the city, at the entrance, she cries aloud, "To you, O people, I call out. I raise my voice to all mankind. You who are simple, gain prudence. You who are foolish, set your hearts on it. Listen, for I have trustworthy things to say. I open my lips to speak what is right. My mouth speaks what is true, for my lips detest wickedness. All the words of my mouth are just. None of them are crooked or perverse. To the discerning, all of them are right. They are upright to those who have found knowledge. Choose my instruction instead of silver, knowledge rather than choice gold, and nothing you desire can compare with Sophia. I, Sophia, dwell together with prudence. I possess knowledge and discretion. To fear the Lord is to hate evil. I hate pride and arrogance, evil behavior and perverse speech. Counsel and sound judgment are mine. I have insight, I have power. By me kings reign, and rulers issue decrees that are just. By me princes govern, and nobles, all who rule on earth. I love those who love me, and those who seek me find me. With me are riches and honor, enduring wealth and prosperity. My fruit is better than fine gold. What I yield surpasses choice silver. I walk in the way of righteousness, along the paths of justice, bestowing a rich inheritance on those who love me and making their treasures full. Now, here we go. The Lord brought me forth as the first of his works, before his deeds of old. I was formed long ages ago, at the very beginning when the world came to be. When there were no watery depths, I was given birth. When there were no springs overflowing with water, before the mountains were settled in place, before the hills, I was given birth. Before he made the world or its fields or any of the dust of the earth, I was there when he set the heavens in place. When he marked out the horizon on the face of the deep, right? She's going backwards through Genesis. When he gave the sea its boundary so the waters would not overstep his command, and when he marked out the foundations of the earth. Then I was constantly at his side. I was filled with delight day after day, rejoicing always in his presence, rejoicing in the whole world, and delighting in mankind. Now then, my children, listen to me. Blessed are those who keep my ways. Listen to my instruction and be wise. Do not disregard it. Blessed are those who listen to me, watching daily at my doors, waiting at my doorway. For those who find me find life and receive favor from the Lord. But those who fail to find me harm themselves. All who hate me love death. Sophia, the feminine face of the divine, the creative force, like Kali, expressing creation, being a part of it, and recognizing that as creation is birthed, there is this need and desire for justice, for the growth of alignment, what we would call alignment, right? And again, prophesying. White buffalo calf woman did the same thing. She prophesied that when the peace pipe, when the pipe stopped being smoked, then the unity of the peoples would be broken. Here we have Sophia prophesying when we do not pay attention to this power and presence that was in the beginning. In the beginning was the Word. We could say in the beginning was Sophia. And Sophia was with God, and Sophia was God. Sophia was with God in the beginning. Through Sophia all things were made. Without Sophia nothing was made that had been made. In Sophia was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. Proverbs 8, Sophia calls. Here are some of the salient passages, right? The Lord brought me forth as the first of his works. I was formed long ages ago at the very beginning when the world came to be. I was given birth before all of that whole creative act that was written in Genesis 1. I was given birth before anything was made. I was there when he set the heavens in place, and then I was constantly at his side. The feminine face of the divine is found actually all over the teachings in the Old Testament, the Hebrew Bible, and in the New Testament. We just aren't told the stories. We aren't told the stories. And you'll notice that there's a repetitive thing about these stories. There's some repetitive themes from all over the world, right? So then we have to go to the ancient Celts, to Bridget. And she was born with flames on her forehead just as the sun came over the horizon. She is considered one of the primary Celtic goddesses. And she loved learning and knowledge and inspiration. And she was about poetry and smith crafting and wisdom. So this is the story that comes along with Bridget. One day, 2 leopards came to her for healing, and she told them to bathe each other in her sacred well until their sores were gone. The first leper bathed his companion faithfully, and the sores fell away from his skin until he was completely healed. But when the healed man looked at his fellow, he felt such revulsion that he should not bring himself to touch the other, even to bathe him. When Bridget found out that he hadn't held up his end of the bargain, she was furious, and she struck him down with leprosy again. And she then wrapped the other leper in her mantle, and his disease was gone from him in an instant. An interesting echo of white buffalo calf woman. She is said to have married and to consorted with a handsome young king. They had a son together. And the king and the son fought against Bridget's peoples, and they were slaughtering each other. And in that fight, in that slaughter, her son was killed. And the story goes that when Bridget saw that her son had been laid to waste in this war between two sides of the family, she keened and wailed. And her keening and her wailing was so profound and so long and so deep that it caused both sides to stop fighting and brought back the unity of the people, because she was willing to grieve her son so deeply and so profoundly that she transformed what was going on. Bridget represents the sister or virgin aspect of the great goddess. I love this statement that I found. The deities of the Celtic pantheon have never been abstractions or fictions, but remain inseparable from daily life. The fires of inspiration, as demonstrated in poetry, and the fires of the home and forge are seen as identical. The inner and the outer. There's no separation between these two worlds. So much deep power. She has not only as her totemic animals the cow and the ewe, right, the female sheep, she also has the snake, which is very much in alignment with the fertility and goddess traditions in the Middle East tens of thousands of years ago, along with Minerva, who we get from the Greek and the Roman traditions. Some of her symbols are identical with the Egyptian goddess Isis. Her colors, white, black, and red, are those of Kali. And her actions bring about the same peace that is prophesied and talked about by white buffalo calf woman. Yeah. Eternal flame is taken care of at the monastery in Kildare, which Bridget is supposed to be the keeper of, and she was incorporated into the Catholic Church as Saint Bridget. And so many of the stories are exactly the same. I am she that is natural, mother of all things, mistress and governess of all the elements, the initial progeny of worlds, chief of the powers divine, queen of all that are in the overworld, the principal of them that dwell above, manifested alone and under one form of all the gods and goddesses. I am she. Interestingly enough, both Bridget, white buffalo calf woman, and Shakti all speak against the rape of women, all speak for women being part of the system, part of life, part of having their own power and need to be part of the balance, right? The balance. And so when I tell all these stories, I hear a different focus than the hero's journey, right? The hero's journey is linear, it's forward, it's over obstacles no matter what. These stories are circular: birth, death, life, death, the circular nature of life, which actually requires what happens after the hero's journey is over, right? It's always what happens after they lived happily ever after. What's next? Oh, then the work begins, right? Then the work really begins. And then, right, and there's this constant refrain of peace and balance and bringing together, and the creative power that is a part of this cycle of life. Oh, there's Bridget. There she is. And she becomes St. Bridget of Kildare. And it is in the Celtic Christian tradition that we see the ancient roots of the ancient traditions most well preserved, having been brought into the current Western culture. The hero's journey is about overcoming external obstacles, and it's about transforming the world. The feminine or goddess journey is about transforming the self and bringing balance within and to the world. It is about recognizing these seasons and cycles, and that we must find ways to be at peace with ourselves and each other. We must find ways to nurture and care. We must find this aspect of the divine within us that is the creative power, not just the conqueror of obstacles. And I love this, what Ernest Holmes says. The first cause is both masculine and feminine in its nature, and includes the intermediate principle of creative activity. So do you see, I think the problem often is that these stories are set in opposition to one another. The current stories, the hero's journey, has so often taken over these stories, or they've just languished because they feel like soft power. All you care about is the family and peace, and don't you know you have to be strong, or whatever it is, right? But if we are made in the image and likeness of the divine, as it says in the first Genesis, male and female made he them. Some people think that means that he made a man and a woman. But what I really believe it means is that he made each of us fully, all. So all of the masculine traits, all of the feminine traits, right? All of these stories are important for all parts of us. And so it's worth spending time with. And I was so inspired to go back and to reread and to re-explore and to rethink about all these stories I've studied for so long. If you're interested in more of this, you can read Women Who Run with the Wolves. There's lots of amazing work that's been done to reclaim these stories and to bring them forward and to see they speak about our wholeness. We can't just be half of ourselves. We want to reclaim the wholeness that is the truth of our being. So I invite you into the strength and power of the hero's journey and the connection and the engagement of these stories, of these amazing legends, of these amazing women. Because we are, after all of it. And so it is.
And so, now is the time for our offering. Please give generously to the work of CSLDallas and be a force for good in the world and in your own life. And let us read our affirmation together. Divine good is flowing through me as abundant wealth, rich ideas, and expanding joy. We are so grateful that this abundant good flows to us from every source. We joyfully flow it back. And so it is. And so remember, there are many ways to give online, by sending a check or putting it or cash in the basket being passed out now. So, as you have heard, we're really revving this up. As you have heard, we have a second speaker and workshop in May. The insightful and powerful Cynthia James is joining us for a very special Mother's Day celebration. Yay! She is our guest speaker and amazing soloist, followed by a special Mother's Day luncheon catered by Chef Casey. Chef Casey will be bringing frittatas, ham and bacon, croissants, salads, charcuterie board, fruit, and mimosas for Mom. Okay, Mom. The lunch is free, especially for our moms, but a love offering is always gratefully welcomed and accepted. So at 1 p.m., Cynthia is offering her phenomenal workshop, Activating the Magic Within, Unlocking Your Inner Power, based on her new book titled The Kingdom of Magic and Mystery. She will guide you in exploring your inner guidance, magic, and creative power in a whole new way. Insightful, provocative, and powerful. Cynthia is a world-class leader, speaker, teacher, and coach, and she brings decades of deep work on herself and with others to this special workshop. Get her book the day of or use the link placed in the chat, and she'll be signing them during the break. This is offered hybrid from 1 to 3:30 p.m. on Sunday, May 11th, and sign up today. Sign up also for hosting Fun with Friends. It's almost over, so don't miss out. If you love creating good times with great company while building community, this is your chance to host a Fun with Friends event this year. You create the event, furnishing whatever is needed, and then our community bids to come to your event. The community auction will take place in June. Host signups for Fun with Friends ends on April 30th, so we need you to get in those ideas today. Use the QR code on the flyer or sign up on the website. We're aiming for at least 20 amazing events this year between July 15th and November 15th. So if you're ready to be a host, visit our website and sign up on the Fun with Friends page, or stop by the Fun with Friends team table in Barong Lounge right after we close this celebration. And whether you're new to CSL Dallas or a longtime member, this is an incredible way to connect, have fun, and support our community. So every Sunday, our spiritual coaches are available for your spiritual support. Visit them in our Peace Room located in Barong Lounge after our celebration. For those who are online and want spiritual support, please go to our website and visit our Spiritual Coaches directory under the About Us tab. So today also is the last Sunday to enjoy our featured artist of the month, Nicole Smith. We love being in community with you. Oh, well, let me say this. Pick up your art. Don't forget to stop by and pick up your art.
We've got fabulous things painted on your body.
Also. So, we love being in community with you. Now join me in standing as we sing our celebration to a close with our fantastic music team.